Have you ever felt like a decision that you're going to make is going to revolutionize and change your life forever, and you freak out about it? That's what we're talking about in this video today. We're talking about the power of the pivot in midlife, because we have to change our thinking. So I'm Shanna. This is Reality with Shanna. Let's talk about it. Have you ever had those decisions where it felt like, if I decide that I am going to become a physical therapist, my whole life is built upon this. It can never change and it's going to impact me forever. And then that starts to spiral. You get anxious. You think like, what if this is the wrong decision? You think, what if this doesn't work out? And you go down this rabbit hole in your brain of all the negative consequences and all the things that possibly won't happen if you make this one decision. Today, let's talk about why, yes, in our minds, we already know we shouldn't do this, but what can we do instead? How can we get ourselves out of going over and over and over, looking at the negative things and trying to hold ourselves back from making changes because of our mindset? You don't have to do this. And we already know that it's wrong, but it's also unnecessary. We don't even have to get to this point because there's power in pivoting. We have to reclaim that power, take that power back from the fear of change, the fear of making a mistake, the fear of actually learning something when something does go wrong. That's where we find our power back. That's where we gain some knowledge and we're able to embrace change. Because I will tell you, I am a creature of habit. I am someone that, as if you followed along here on Reality with Shanna, you know, like, my planner is never too far off. Like, here it is right here, right now. And then I also have my Kindle Scribe that I do a lot of planning on as well. And I have lots of sticky notes. Like, I could keep pulling things out that I use to plan. So I am somebody that's very regimented. I have a lot of habits that I like to do daily to keep myself moving forward, to keep myself progressing. But sometimes we have to make a change, and embracing that change at times is difficult for me. If I've been doing something for so long and I get in the routine of doing it and I've seen the positive outcomes, sometimes I don't want to change. I don't want to let go of how I've been doing my morning routine, and then something has to change and I have to possibly take kids different places, or now we have to get up earlier because they have to do different things at school, like all of that. Or I have another responsibility at work that then changes my routine. I have to understand that this could be the best thing that happens, right? That new routine or that new addition to what I have to get done could change me for even the better. So embracing those times where our routine has to change, or embracing the pivot, is where we can gain power in midlife. Midlife is full of chaos, and it can come from the left, the right, the bottom, the top. Like, you could be feeling like you are being squished by boulders from all sides. But being able to understand that things are going to happen and things are going to change, and we just have to be ready for them. We have to be ready to adapt and understand that a change that happens today, it could be positive, but also knowing that even when this change comes into effect, it's not going to stay forever either. Here's the thing. We often think that decisions that we make, these major life decisions, like, what am I going to be when I grow up? Where am I going to live? What school am I going to go to? How many children am I going to have? Who am I going to marry? Now, that one's pretty important. And most of the time we want to do it at one time. But a lot of other things, a lot of decisions that we make are not the final. Because if you decide that you are going to become an artist, and then you decide that you actually want to become a teacher, you can do both of those things. Just because you became an artist at the start of your career doesn't mean that you cannot change it later. What we have to understand is that the decisions that we make in midlife and even throughout life, They are just little points that we can learn from, little experiments, you could say, of what could work and what doesn't work. If you think about people that are successful, when you talk to them and they've amassed like a fortune, or they have a company that they run, or they are successful in an area of their life, do you think that one day they decided, hey, I'm going to have a business, and then the next day it was a prosperous business, it was successful, they were running it without any problems? No, it doesn't happen like that. I can speak from example because my husband and I have been in a family business since 2008 in the healthcare industry, which is a very interesting industry that you have to be very flexible and move and adapt and be able to pivot quickly if you're going to survive. So there's been a lot of times where we've had to make decisions about staff. We've had to make decisions about what direction we're going to take the company, what we're going to do within the company. Like, there's all these multi-level decisions that have to be made each and every day, that when we interact with patients, they don't even realize that we're making these major decisions, and then we're coming out and treating them. So what we have to understand is, as we make a decision, my husband always says, let's try it for 30 days. So if somebody wants to try, like, let's rearrange how we're doing our intake process, and we're going to try to do everything before the patient arrives. Let's see how that works out for 30 days versus people coming in and asking for help, or needing to fill them out before they actually get evaluated. Like, all of those little things we'll try for 30 days. We'll see if it works. We'll track it along and see what the positives have been coming from it and what are the detractors, and do we need to continue with it. We have to realize in midlife that decisions that we make are really just trials. They are to see if we're going to keep moving forward with this decision that we've made, or are we going to try to adapt it? Because the whole goal is to continue on to live our life with purpose and intention. In order to do that, you do have to make changes. You do have to embrace change and make yourself even better and improved. Again, you are refining, especially in midlife, because we have so many lived experiences and so much knowledge that we have gained. But then there's so many things that we still don't know about. That's the amazing part. Like, when you're younger, you think, oh, when I become 40, when I become 50, I'm going to have a lot of things figured out. In fact, this whole thing figured out. Well, newsflash, it doesn't work like that. And sometimes that's a rude awakening, because everything around you is still changing. Everything around you is still pretty much in flux, because you are living with people, you are interacting with people, and because of that, we already know there are going to be some challenges and a little bit of trials that we're going to have to overcome and push through. Right now, it's so important for me to be able to embrace change and be able to embrace the pivot, because where my children are, I don't want to create extra anxiety for them. Like, society right now is really interesting. There is so much going on, so many things that are uncertain. And with my children growing up right now in this time, I just want to create a safe space for them. And I want them to understand that they can make decisions. Yes, they're serious. Yes, they need to take into everything. Like, we're very big on looking at what are positive outcomes, what are some negative outcomes that could become of this decision, how does it weigh against another decision that you could make. Like, looking at all the alternatives, that's very important. But once you make the decision and you're in it, if you find out that it is not working for you, that it's not supporting you as a person, that doesn't mean that it's not going to change or that you can't change it. We have to change our mindset when it comes to decisions and embracing change. And that is understanding that, letting ourselves know this decision is not final. Let's see this decision as a step in the right direction and see where it takes us. If this doesn't fit where we are trying to go, we can adjust and try again. Mistakes are not final. They are just letting us know what doesn't work and get us closer to what can work. When we look at embracing the change and the pivot in our lives in midlife, this helps us decrease our anxiety and our stress level. It's so important because as we continue to mature, our bodies are so impacted by just our emotional state, and remaining in a balanced emotional state, one that's not too stressed out, one that's not too anxious, is so important just for your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, just your overall health, maintaining that calm state even when things around you are in chaos. So what can you try today to help you embrace the change? One is try something new, but assess how it affects you. So try something new, see how it affects you positively or not so good. Explore other options that possibly could work for you. And then change if change needs to be made. And this is how we're going to continue, because what happens when we have to let go of a decision we've made or let go and start something new? I definitely think that we need to talk about that in another video, because when we are going along, and then we have to make a pivot, that means that we have to let go of something. And sometimes that's hard to do as well. I'm so glad that you were here with me today to talk about embracing the change and pivoting in midlife. What has been something that you have had to pivot with recently? What has thrown you off? Let me know in the comments, because I've told you about what I've been dealing with. So let me know what's going on with you. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I am going to continue along this midlife journey. So I would love for you to be here with me and continue to grow and develop and embrace change. Let's pivot together, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.